a headboard. So if your wind is coming, you're on a reach here. I would think of the headboard, or and that's another reason I put this the straw on here like this. So you want the forward part of the sail. You want the forward part of the sail. The same as the wind. So if you're reaching, you want your jib, the luff of your jib, you want to point it, in the same direction as this, and you also want the headboard of your main, pointed there. You can have the boom in a little bit tighter, but basically you're looking at the slot opening up. This is kind of what you want going on when you're close reaching, or you're broad reaching. It's a little bit up. So if you see, if your crew's spaced out, they're gonna have the jib in like this, when you're on a reach, and you tell
the main. You should be able to tell. You backwind the main if you did that, right?
Well, you backwind the main, or there might not be seemingly enough air, to really even tell that you're backwinding the main, but you're definitely stalling the jib when it could be, out like this. So that's another thing I wanted to show on the Santana, is that when you're going downwind, you can pull out to leeward. And that is super fast on this boat. I don't know why it's so fast, but it really is. So if you pull out to leeward
on a reach,
yeah. So when you kind of go to the point where, God, we got to jibe the main. You know how Paul on the Mercury always, he's got his pole way far forward, and he's like he can let his mast all the way forward to kind of float his jib out there with his pole way out here. On the Santana, it's not that fast, I don't think. So you want to open up the slot here, and now you're kind of reaching here, and man, you get a puff when this boat's set up like this, man, that thing just takes off. And then if it gets much higher, then you've got to take the pole off and sail upwind. But you can tighten up that sheet pretty tight and keep that slot open, and you're like a rocket ship.
I think it's similar to taking your jib sheets and putting them through a snatch block right on the edge of the boat. Like it's
right.
Changing the sheeting angle outboard more.
Yeah.
The pole is pulling the clue outboard more, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And a lot of boats will do that if they're on a reach. They'll take the jib sheet, and instead of going through the jib fairly, they'll pull it outboard more.
Yeah.
Like forward too, or just outboard will do it?
Just outboard. It depends on. There's usually an optimal spot for that block.
Yeah, and on the Santana, it's about the center of the forward window, and you can take one of your spinnaker blocks and slide it up there, and just have a little clip that you can clip onto that ring, and then that makes it your new sheet. It's got to be kind of a long enough leg, to make a difference. If it's just a short leg, I don't worry about it. But I just wanted to show that you can wing the pole out to leeward on that boat with that standard jib.
Speaking of spinnaker tanks, is it faster to launch it out of the bag on the pulpit as opposed to putting it in the hatch and launching it out the hatch?
That's a good question.
Or is it personal preference?
It's a personal preference. A lot of people.
If you have a furler or not.
Yeah, well, there's the furler is okay, and so if you pull a spinnaker up, up this way, and and then it's got to go all the way out. All your sheets got to go all the way around. You got to have your pole. You got to have your pole up. You got to have your pole. Everything all rigged. Sorry. Getting obsessed with my little model here.
Great model. Don't break it.
No, I already broke it today. But it's got to come out, and it's got to come all the way out. You got your sheets got to be all the way rigged through here, and that's fine. You can do that. Sometimes it's easier to launch off the bow, and then the next time you pull it up, if you're going around the mark the same way, you just pull it right out of the hatch. You use the same spinnaker, leave all the stuff connected, pull that out of the hatch, or restuff it. Or you got a second spinnaker or something, a dry one, and then you can launch it out of the side. 6-1, half a dozen of the other. We were on Peter's boat, and his jib furler up at the top, it just messed with the halyard. And so if you furled up the jib, it fucking wrapped the halyard around. So on that particular one, and we messed with that on Friday night, and then on Saturday, Stuart didn't get that.
Yeah, but we had it on the bow, we had it on the port side. And I think next time, I was talking to somebody, I think I might launch it from the hatch. Because everything, the jib, the spin halyard will be all the way back, so there's nothing, and somebody was saying that leave the jib up, launch the kite while it's up, which is kind of scary, but in the estuary it's probably fine. And then once the kite is launched, then pull in the jib, because everything should be clear.
Yeah.
It's probably safer to do it that way.
Yeah,
It's like
and it does have
counterintuitive.
a good, I call it a turtle, because you sit it down in the cockpit there, or hatch, and I think I'll try it that way next time.
Yeah.
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 That's how I do it.
Yeah.
Because it's hard, once you have a furler, it's a pain in the butt. I guess it slows you down, but it's really nice if you're just going out for a day.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No, I get the cruising aspect.
Being on
of it.
brandy, the reason I asked this question is being on brandy is we launched it out of the hatch, and it
Yeah.
seemed to go up. It
Did
takes
you
a
have a
long
furler
time.
on it, or the jib?
Brandy
or no?
doesn't have. I don't think have a furler.
Okay.
No.
They've got a asymmetrical.
They got two jibs, and he was running the white one, not the red and black one. But
They do have an asymmetric kite and a symmetric kite.
but
Been switching between.
the new one he had just gotten it when I was up with him, and he had it. We launched it. He laid it across the deck, and we launched it that way, and it actually almost got wrapped up going up, and got caught. But I've launched it out of the bag on Hanks before, and it's already there, and it's up, and it's easier for the person on the deck.
From the
For
hatch.
me personally,
From the hatch.
but then you stuff it in the hatch. But
Yeah, but
when you,
his has
and the
got
J-
asymmetrical, which is a different. It's kind
the
of a
J,
different.
we launched it from the hatch too, and we had difficulties with that as well. As far as timing,
Yeah.
going up faster.
Yeah.
In a race, that's important.
Yeah.
And that half of that is just practice. Getting in there and doing it the same way and getting
Well,
your
the
cruise.
foul, which is what it will kill you on a race.
Yeah.
Once it gets screwed up, then you're
Yeah.
dead.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's all experimental.
Yeah.
So
So that's I spent a lot of time with the model, but I think it's all good time in terms of sail trim.
That was great stuff.
no, it's
Yeah.
really
So,
good.
did you name that boat Jive Ho?
Jive home. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, can we clap? Or is that just part one of the
You do whatever.
I'm a
You do
type,
whatever.
so. Very good.
So I laugh at that when I grab the main sheet and I jive the main. Okay, jive
Yeah.
It's just fun to say it. So
I like the Rastafari colors, man.
yeah.
Some people don't know the difference between attacking and jive, and you can get hit in the head with a boom now.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been there.
Version 2, you can call it hanked on.
What's that?
Version 2 of the boat, you can
Yeah.
call it hanked on.
The Santana boom will kill you though,
Hanky panky.
But big
Yeah.
boat would. I've been hit by
So
not good.
I don't know. When's everybody? It's only 7:30. So
What about starts? You got a start line up there. Those are always fascinating.
yeah. So the start line's good, and that's why I gave this
You
handout.
alcoholic.
Cause this handout, everybody got one of these?
Yeah.
It starts with a starting line, and then it shows some scenarios. It shows some scenarios at the start,
Information over.
and maybe I'll just take a little break,
Okay.
and then we can do
Okay, that's a good idea.
We'll just sail around the course,
Right on.
Really good.
I was over this, I saw yours.
She reminds me of kids at church.
I go,
I'm sorry, I'm talking.
I know you're full of energy.
I know.
I'm talking too much.
Her problem is,
Talking too
her problem
much.
is, she wants to play with people. She wants
And,
to.
and the thing is,
Of
on
course.
the start, I have a
Alright,
question. when
is
you
she
go
at
back to
risk
it.
of running out in the
When you're
street?
down below, way below, as opposed to being right on the start line after you're done.
Poodle
Which,
and
you know, 'cause I know
Bichon.
that
Oh,
you're down
yeah.
below, yeah, you're moving across at full speed mostly, and moving.
I grew up on a
When
farm.
You're at
and
the
I
start
just-
line right there.
I've seen how happy animals can be.
You know, you have to build the momentum.
You know, when they have
after-
opportunities to run around.
You
know, they are at risk from farm machinery
When
and
I got
She's
that,
very
that
happy.
board,
When she's me alone, she obeys. Other people around, she wants to be